All right, thanks to Mapito Sibidi for the AM News. We're going to settle down and do the newspaper review next. Joseph Akable is here, but I want to also give you this piece of information that you can join us for the launch for the JoyNews EcoBank Habitat Fair 2020 under the theme, what credible alternatives for shelter are there in Ghana if affordable housing will forever remain a mirage? The fair will be launched at the EcoBank head office today, Friday, October 2nd at 4 p.m. Attendance is strictly by invitation. Catch all the action live here on JoyNews and all our social media platforms. The JoyNews Habitat Fair is in partnership with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and sponsored by Ghanaba Properties, Experience Affordable Luxury, DBS Roofing, Papa Panfie, Duraplast Limited, manufacturers of high-quality UPVC and HDPE pipes, fittings, rotational molded products, and associated accessories, and also the Plan City Extension Project, Rent to Earn. So we're launching the JoyNews Habitat Fair this year is in collaboration with EcoBank. That will be at 4 p.m. and it will be live here on JoyNews as well as on all our social media handles. So just look out for that. Joseph Akable, a very good morning to you. It's been a very tiring week, right?
Yes, but it's come to an end. And we all love Fridays, don't we?
Oh, yeah. I do.
What do you love about Fridays?
I think the fact that I get to sleep longer on a Saturday. Yeah.
You don't have to wake up too early and come over.
No, I don't. Yeah. And I can put all the alarm on the phone off. So no alarm will go off and I can wake up like 8 a.m. Yeah. So yes, I love Fridays. But Joseph, yesterday I thought there was going to be a showdown in the courts and nothing.
Yeah. Some of us had to reflect soberly, and so...
Okay, but what happened? Because the judge didn't even come to the courtroom.
Yes, well, so when I got there, the place was, empty, unusually empty. So I sensed that something was happening. And so we went in and sat in for about 45 minutes. It was still empty, so I decided to step out and make phone calls. Then, eventually a source told me that, Charlie, the judge has issued some order B. So I was like, oh, really? So I started tracing the order and eventually I got hold of it. And it's an order that simply states that upon sober reflection of the return date, i.e. the return date of 1st October, he has decided to adjourn the matter to October 6th. Okay,
so what we're talking about is the Kennedy Japan matter of contempt
yes.
that's been handled. There was supposed to be a hearing yesterday and that didn't happen. And Joseph is just telling us the reason the judge gave for not showing yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so the new date is what?
October 6th, that's I think Tuesday.
All right, so we'll still have the doctor coming.
The doctor coming in.
Because he issued the...
a medical excuse and he has to come and speak to it.
Okay, all right, it will still happen Tuesday. It's just around the corner, so we wait for it. But Joseph, we have a challenge. You know, Friday, I think the other reason I love Fridays is because we just go easy on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so our challenge today is not NSMQ, even though we're into the quarterfinals and we've got some big contests coming up. That's my forte, actually.
So I'm wondering what the challenge is this time.
Do you know the second stanza of the Ghana national anthem?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I've seen it before, but I don't remember anything.
That's fine. I can just show you the words, but your job is to sing it. Okay?
I can't. I don't know the tune.
What do you mean by you can't? But you know, God bless our homeland, Ghana. So just the same.
Let me just see one line and see whether I can.
Okay, that's it. It's coming up. It's going to be on the screen shortly.
Okay. Have you heard anyone sing this before?
Oh, Kojo did when he did the morning message.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
From primary school, we've been singing just the first stanza. I always knew there was a second one. You can try it.
There's actually a third one. Go ahead. I'm asking you to do it. One. Yes.
Okay, so I guess, hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow.
Go ahead.
Okay. Steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity.
Aye! I thought you would say, a nation strong in unity. Ebe.
Okay. So continue. You continue.
No. You finish it. You started.
Okay. I think. Okay, I'm not sure where the tune has gotten to now.
Oh, you definitely can do better than Joseph. He did nothing really. So send us that WhatsApp, a video of yourself singing the second stanza of the Ghana national anthem, and send it to us. That's our Friday challenge today.
This is a tough one.
Send it to us. Is it tough?
Yeah, it is.
I think
I don't recall ever in school, like primary.
No.
Always we just do the first stanza and we move on with our lives.
Yeah. Most of us actually didn't even know there was a second and a third one.
Yeah.
Some people are just getting to know today. So that's the challenge that we have for you today. All right, Joseph, let's get into the papers. I see you have the Times, so let's start there.
The front page of the Times says President cuts sword for roads, hospital projects in Eastern region, and whole STC intercity yard attack, 20 suspects freed. And it goes on to give you the story about one-day registration exercise. Eligible voters grab last chance. We're told that there were long queues at the EC's registration center. And I find it interesting because during the main registration, even on the last day, you had many people not showing up to come and register. So it's interesting that eventually the EC decided to open the registration for a day, and all of a sudden people were going there in their numbers to register. The back page says, VIP hands over infectious disease center at 37 hospital, and FDA approves Square mixture, a herbal medicine. Page 3, where the crime stories has that story about the whole intercity STC attack. We are told that the 20 suspects have been freed. 3 separatists remanded over invasion of police stations and seizure of rifles. Also here, we are told that some 3 persons who allegedly invaded the Mepe and Aveime police stations in the Volta region have been remanded by a circuit court in Accra.
Mepe.
Mepe.
That's how you pronounce it.
What does it mean?
Mepe.
What does it mean?
I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Just know that you didn't pronounce it well, but that's okay.
Let's do the front page of the Daily Guide now. It says, District Assembly Common Fund boss launches 10 million CD for the poor. Apologize for free SHS attacks, Nana to Mahama. And we push for jobs, not vigilantism. And voter rebels eye bigger targets. The story is on page 6. MP fights minister over government land lease, also on the front page. The back page, Ronaldo takes on Messi in Champions League draw. Oreko will bring us the very latest. Barcelona won yesterday. Very important to state that. We beat Celta 3-0 with 10 men. This is a ground that we had struggled to win in some time back. I mean, Oreko will bring all the details. And
they get to meet, well, Messi gets to play Ronaldo again because because of the draw yesterday. Manchester United playing PSG, Charlie.
Be a tough one.
I don't have hope.
Something to have hope and lose hope about. Page 3, the cartoon part. I don't know whether I call it ready, but if it's ready, you have to identify this individual.
You have to show it to our viewers.
Okay, we have to identify this individual. So there's a coconut tree, and there's someone falling from the coconut, and it has the text, Eye Kube. Then someone standing down there under the coconut tree saying, too sure. Okay, so let me give you some.
Shall we see it?
Yeah. So this is it. You have it here. You have it here.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you have the person down here. You can see the coconut tree there. Yeah. So this is it here. So, Mama V.
Yes, sir.
You're supposed to get.
Is it the coconut that is falling or that has fallen?
The human being is falling. It's a human being who is wearing a beret. It's black and white, but I see it's a red beret.
You know, when I saw the Kube, I thought it's the Kube that is falling.
No, it's not the Kube. It's a human being that's falling.
Okay.
You know, some time ago, the PNC, they used to say Kube. You remember those days?
But these days, what did they say?
I think they still say Kube.
But did they also say?
But who does the person look familiar?
I don't know. You tell me.
You know, if I turn it upside down, you may see the person's face properly. Okay, I'll give you the paper to Mama V. Have it. Tell us who it is.
You're usually better at these things. I don't know. It looks familiar, though. It looks like a friend of ours. Who's falling?
You're not telling me who is falling? Okay, so I'm sure if you get to the Daily Guide, page 3, you can guess and send us that in addition to the challenge that we are running.
Joseph. All right, let's do the Business and Financial Times front page. 2 out of 5 people financially excluded over 50% in the north. And this is really important. Government statistician Professor Samuel Kwabena Ainin is making a strong case for more attention to be paid to microfinance sector. Statistics show that it is the best avenue to bridge financial exclusion. So data from the Statistical Service show that 2 out of 5 people living in the country are financially excluded. This means that they have no access or lack the ability to use a range of financial services available in the country. And according to the professor of economics, with specific concentration on micro development economics and applied microeconometrics, the worrying aspects of the statistics is that majority of the people who are financially excluded or who have been excluded are in the northern parts of the country, a development aggravating the north-south economic disparity. So this is a huge disclosure. There's more of this in the paper. Also look within to address cybersecurity needs. According to an expert, usage of mobile money platform increases. Interoperability sees over 940% growth within a year. Details of that on page 3. It says the value of transactions recorded on the country's largest payment systems platform, mobile money, has seen an astronomical rise over a 1-year period, with the interoperability push even recording more than 9 times the value recorded last year, indicating the pandemic has forced individuals and businesses to adapt to the new normal. More on that on page 3 in the Business and Financial Times. Let's do the Finder newspaper, front page of the Finder. NIA produces critical data to support progress, and if you go to page 4, one of that, like the data that they talk about, and there's a good breakdown on page 4 in the paper, but it says 905,523 people are unemployed. So out of the more than 15.5 million Ghanaians captured in the database of the National Identification Authority, 905,523 are unemployed. And then they also have over 3.1 million of that being farmers, 2.7 million are students. Breakdown businessmen and women, you find retail market traders as well, dressmakers, sewers, upholsters, widowers. They amount to 89,178. Widows, 701,685. There's more. Retirees, persons with disability, for instance, persons above 60 years, all contained in this breakdown in the paper today. Back on the front page, widows, domestic violence victims to get 10 million Ghana cedis shelter from Natoshi. Also, Cocobot CEO decorated with Ivorian national honor. A Kufuor cut sold for 2 hospitals at Enyinim and Kwabeng. NSS introduces drone technology for farming. Season 2 of $100,000 prize Magdan Entrepreneurship Challenge launched. And that's how the front page of the Finder looks like. Let's do the daily graphic, and then Joseph Akable will bring the daily dispatch. So the daily graphic front page, licensure cancellation suicidal, GS Director General cautions. There is a special supplement on 30 years of German reunification. And I was wondering what that reunification is all about. But here it is on this reunification. It was the process in 1990 in which the German Democratic Republic became part of the Federal Republic of Germany to form the reunited nation of Germany. They've got some pictures in the center spread of the paper, so you can, just look at the pictures and read the text that come with it. Let's do the back page. Well, final story on the front page though. Graphic at 70 loyalty promo takes off Monday. 4 brand new cars at the prices up for grabs. Back page. Vice President inaugurates Infectious Diseases Center. German government donates vehicles to Ghana Immigration Service is also another story on the back page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Akable.
The Daily Dispatch front page, I trust security agencies to handle Togolese separatists. That's President Akufo-Addo. I'm not sure you refer to them as Togolese separatists though. The EC must be commended for the one-day registration. Bishop Ajanasari highlights 6 cues to bring up your child. Details of that story is on page 2 of the newspaper. It says, 1, introduce children to God and the church early. Number 2, don't keep changing church frequently. Number 3 says, meet your child's monetary needs. Mama V, have you heard that?
Meet your child's monetary needs.
Yeah. Number 4, have a discussion.
I'm not sure I understand that.
Okay, so
saying that.
Let me explain it to you then.
Please do.
Let me explain. It says it is very important to correctly assess the monetary needs of your child and fulfill them. Your perspectives of needs may be too conservative. Their perspective may be too liberal in relation to actual needs. A middle-of-the-road approach is needed, a compromise acceptable to both. Shortage of money may lead the child to make bad decisions on how to acquire money or possessions. And excess reinforces unwelcome spending habits. A child should habitually make a realistic budget and periodically review spending with an eye to conforming to their budget. And
where a child means the definition for a child as we have in our books or what? Do you get what I mean?
Yes, he doesn't state an age here, but he says a child. But some more tips for you, Mama V, nonetheless. It says deal with their habits and vices and be a Facebook or social media contact of your child. It's very, very important.
You know, the thing about parenting is a very unique thing. It doesn't have a fixed formula. You get what I mean? And that's why I don't do wholesale parenting tips.
I'm sure you can still take the monetary challenge.
I'm not sure I understand the monetary thing though.
It says strike a balance. And so make sure you don't give them too much money. Neither do you give them too little, but you need to make them understand more or less like work on a budget with them. And so if you know
giving money to a child, see, that's why I said
was
there a definition for the child?
A budget. And so like if you have a boy who is maybe 9 or 8, you agree with the boy that, I mean, a month, this is the amount that you're entitled to spend. And so whatever you want to spend.
For a 9-year-old?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I don't think the way that you break it down, I'm not sure if that's what he meant. But, but the way that you break it down, I would give you the same response.
Okay.
That's not a strategy that I will adopt. Okay. And I say again, that's, you know, I think when it comes to marriage and parenting, there are some general things that you can learn, but largely, it's not a wholesale approach.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is Mama V's response to Bishop.
No, I'm not.
The back page.
This is a response to you.
No, not to me. I'm
for
not
saying I should discuss.
I didn't actually say it, and I only read
with a 9-year-old. That's what you said.
To you. The story is here. Let me take that line again. It says
discuss budgets with my 9-year-old.
Meet your child's monetary needs, and it goes on to talk about the fact that a child should habitually make a realistic budget and periodically review spending with an eye to conforming to their budget.
I think it's the child there that I probably.
Okay. So that's Mama B's response to the story. The back page of the Daily Dispatch says, I trust security agencies to handle Western Togoland separatists. This President Akufo-Addo. So you can find details of that story on the back page. The last one will be that of the Daily Statesman that says, Ghana wins big at Global Capital Bond Awards 2020. And political leaders must reach unity. Ochehene reacts to Mahama's Achimsakawa attacks. Etiwa gets massive development boost and vote massively for MPP to do more. The First Lady urges electorate. The back page has Man United sweep aside Brighton to cruise into last 8, and Romelu Lukaku scores twice in big Inter win. You can find details of those stories on the back page of the Daily Statesman. Mavi.
This is the Daily Heritage, the last newspaper, front page of the Daily Heritage. You have a bad record of Oswampofo to Bawumia. Ken Japan's doctor to speak in court on October 6. We've already explained to you why there was no show yesterday. NAM1 trial to start this legal year. Prosecution to court. That story is on page 3. And it says the prosecution in the case on which Chief Executive Officer of Men's Gold has been arraigned in court has said he is hopeful the trial will commence this legal year. I think hopeful. In court on Thursday, the prosecution led by Assistant Superintendent of Police Sylvester Asare told the court that, quote, the instructions from our solicitors are that they are working hard to forward their advice to the court, unquote. According to him, as we begin the legal year, this matter will be commenced before praying the court to grant them an adjournment, while acknowledging that the prosecution appears to always come here, and that's in quote, always come here with one story or the other. ASP Asari prayed the court to indulge us. So the prosecutor himself acknowledged that they always come to tell one story or the other, but
for
still
more than a year.
asks that they indulge them. Okay, so let's see. I don't see any quotes attributed to the judge. Wanted to know what but the judge has said this before.
Yeah, many
right?
times. I can count at least 4 occasions in the last year where the judge has made a point that, come and let's start. And still, we are told we are still investigating, we are waiting advice, and we are still waiting for that advice. And this time around, we are told that hopefully to start in a legal year, which the legal year commences in this October. And so let's see what will happen.
Is hope a legal word?
It's just an expression of faith in the unseen.
But on page 2, there's also the story about the minority in Parliament demanding the immediate suspension of the contracts with Frontiers Healthcare Solution Services Limited for COVID-19 testing at the Kotoka International Airport. Government engaged the company to conduct rapid COVID-19 tests of passengers since the opening of the airport to international passenger flights. The National Democratic Congress's MPs argued that the fact that the company was incorporated just days before the reopening of the airport raises eyebrows. You can read on the arguments that they make on page 2 in the paper. My sister came through the airport on Saturday. She didn't pay $150. I think she said she paid $130 for the tests.
Interesting.
So I don't know if there's been a general reduction or this was just her.
Maybe they saw and they gave her a discount.
I don't know why they would give her a discount though. All right, so that's it for the newspapers. Just have anything you want to highlight? Or we do my Joy Online.
My Joy Online. I also saw a story this morning about the US president.
Yes, that story is on a lot of the international online pages. Donald Trump and his wife testing positive.
In fact, he has tweeted that actually. He's tweeted announcing that he's tested positive for COVID-19. And so he'll be isolating and hoping to recover shortly.
You know, there was an earlier message that was communicated because somebody very close in his circles had tested positive, and so he and his wife were isolating. And then I think just about an hour after I heard that, this one came that they've actually tested positive.
Have you seen Donald Trump in a nose mask before?
I think once maybe, but he was, I guess the whole controversy about not asking people to wear masks and protect themselves early is also coming back because he joined really, really late in calling for people to wear the mask. Initially it was, if you like, wear it, if you don't like, it was a personal choice. Okay. And he has said that many times.
Yesterday I saw a study that was done by Cornell University saying that in terms of misinformation regarding COVID-19, one of the leading names that when you search for the misinformation pops up is Donald Trump, responsible for a lot of misinformation about COVID-19 right from the onset. And so that is the tweet there saying that tonight mentions the handle of the First Lady of the United States of America, and I tested positive for COVID-19. We'll begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We'll get through this together. And someone says, if he recovers with a wife, you can imagine how they will lift the restrictions. He will now be emboldened and go all out and say that, look, I have experienced this. It's just like a flu. You can just recover and move on.
But the other people who are also looking at his age, he's 74 and therefore at a high risk. He falls into that category. So this is not something to joke about. And we know that people have recovered, but they have suffered some, people have reported different things. People who have gone impotent and things like that. So it's
there are those who have actually not recovered too. They've also died.
Exactly. So even if you feel like you've recovered, it's not something to joke with. Yeah. Let's do MajoOnline.com though. Oh, the penciled celebrities artist Ray Styles is dead. This news was also trending yesterday. Many people had contributed to his surgery. And so this news was really unexpected, especially when we know that he got enough money, more than he needed actually. And according to report, he was in India where he was supposed to either undergo the surgery. So what we don't know is if the surgery had happened and then he died out of some complications. Or
I saw a WhatsApp conversation a gentleman had with him.
Okay.
The gentleman seems to be a close friend of him. He was asking him how the surgery had gone. He didn't respond, but he also added a message that I hope you recover and come back home. We miss you. Then he responds with humbled.
Oh, he did. So he finally
he responded, but he didn't respond to the question about whether he had finished with the surgery.
Okay. So when was this? Was there
this
dates?
was when he was in India.
Okay, check the dates for us. But can we get our director Yao to open that for us so people who perhaps don't remember who we're talking about, the artist, so that they can see his drawings and begin to link. Maybe some people have seen it on social media and didn't really know what was going on. So you can relate if you see the things that he's done, joining, in fact, advocating as well with his paintings on social issues. So that's the news there. There's plenty of other stories on myjoyonline.com. And Joseph is trying to find, is there dates, Joseph?
No, but it shows that the person subsequently messaged him on Monday, and so this must have been just before Monday. And so he messages him. He says, someone called me about 2 weeks ago to check on you. I was surprised. People are rooting for your fitness. Then he responds, God loves me more. One thing I've learned from this short period, I'm coming back home. Then the gentleman subsequently asks him, how did the surgery go? I'll have to come and visit you. I'm preparing for a new album, so I'll play it for you. Then he responds, humbling, with the prayer sign. And he subsequently messages him again, but no response comes in. And this gentleman is Ko Kumi on Twitter. He adds a photograph of he and the gentleman.
Oh, okay.
So lots of tributes poured in yesterday. Very unfortunate. And
absolutely.
I mean, a reminder of. I mean, we all. I mean, it's not. I think it's not in doubt that if the funds, if he had the funds readily available, things may have been different. We never know. But I mean, we can only say that.
Yeah. We know the First Lady also contributed. Yeah. And responded to the call to raise enough funds so he could have the surgery done. Okay, so these are just pictures of him, not his paintings or his drawings. Maybe when we get that, we'll bring it to you. Not in this. There's another story on myjoyonline.com that's got his works. Okay, if you just go down a bit. No, go up. Sorry, you see some of the paintings with his pictures, but I'm not sure you can get to appreciate it really well right now. But just go to myjoyonline.com.
We used during when Major Mahama was lynched. There was one painting he put together. It was one of the ones that was used all over social media as part of the campaign.
There was also one that he did when the American was choked. Was he choked to death? Yeah, that was also a very famous painting that he did. So that's the story there. There are other stories on myjoyonline.com. Your favorite Champions League draw?
Well, the Barcelona draw, obviously. Lionel Messi will be playing against Juventus. We'll beat Juventus home and away, and we'll go on to win the league, the Champions League, I mean. Barcelona. Why you disagree?
I don't know.
You don't know? Why don't you know? You should know.
You're talking about Messi's Barca.
Yes. We won
winning the Champions League.
Yes, we won 3-0 yesterday.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, did you do the challenge?
Yes, I did. It was terrible.
You sang some way, baby.
Oreku can try it. Oreku is good with the challenge.
Oh, my favorite Oreku and Pofu. Listen, let me tell you about the challenge before you get on the show, okay? So that you can do a better job, better than Joseph Akable. The challenge today, this Friday, is for you to sing the second stanza of the Ghana National Anthem. It's pretty simple. If you don't know the words, I am sharing with you on the screen, and all you have to do is to just sing it. Record yourself singing it and send it to us here on the show. Joseph did it terribly. I mean, it was not good for a morning. Definitely. Can we get Oreku? Can we do the singing before you do the sports? Oracle says, wait, I have an interview. Are you preparing for, like, are you now putting down your questions, or you are now connecting with the person you're interviewing?
We'll make time for him, no matter how long the interview takes.
So the number for you to send your challenge to is 0540-109009. 0540-109009. That's the WhatsApp number. Just record yourself. Singing the second stanza of the national anthem as we have displayed. You can just Google it, but make sure you have a fantastic voice, because it's too early in the day, you know. Joseph. Okay, Oriel Kampofo comes up with sports.